Hey everybody, it is the Big JB. Hat Thursday. Wearing my World of Warcraft Pride hat, although I haven't played it in over a month. But it is what it is. I've talked about my reasons for that. It's an overcast Thursday here. It was actually snowing at my house today. Nothing. I mean, it was sticking a little bit to the tops of cars and the roofs, but it's not going to stop traffic. Or prevent people from going to school, as I heard one of the youth last night say, if it snows tomorrow, I'm not going to school. Right. I don't really know how to describe what I'm talking about this morning, or what I'm not what I'm talking about, what I'm thinking about this morning. It has to do with authentic manhood. I've been listening to a book called Wild at Heart, which is admittedly directed toward believers, and if you are not a believer, you read it, you will probably not agree with some of the things that are in there. But it's not a bad book, and essentially the author talks about trying to find authentic manhood and how every man is wired for certain things. They're wired for battle, they're wired for adventure, and it just reminds me of those things in my own life. And I talked about, I think, with my son, what I'm struggling with in terms of how I've done teaching him those things, teaching him that desire for exploration and the desire for adventure. And I just look at the things that he likes to do. Everything he builds, with Legos or Bionicles. He loved Bionicles. It all had weapons. It was all about battle. And he's kind of a sensitive kid, and that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. I was a sensitive kid, a little hesitant to take risks and to get hurt, and that's okay. I think that there are some kids who are like that. It doesn't change the fact that he still desires to have battles to fight and to have adventures to live, and it's not a bad thing. In our society, we have tried to make men into women. We want them to be sensitive and nice and well-mannered and well-groomed and dutiful and all those other things. And a lot of those are feminine sort of qualities. And don't get me wrong. I mean, being well-mannered is fine, and it's important to look good, for the office, so being well-groomed. But there is this sort of sense that we don't know where the real men have gone. And I think it's because culture and our society keeps redefining what a real man is, and we've lost some of that sense of what real masculinity is. And it doesn't mean this is not a macho man, rant or anything like that, because that's not me. I don't watch sports except for the Super Bowl and occasionally a college football game in the fall. But I don't enjoy sports. I don't shoot guns. In fact, the only kind of gun that I've ever shot is a BB or a pellet gun. Well, and paint guns. But I've never shot an actual gun before. I don't think it makes me less of a man. I'm sure I would enjoy it, just because of the way that other guys talk about it, but I'm not a gun fanatic. I don't have any animals, stuffed animals mounted on my wall. I mean, like, stuffed as in they were once alive and now they're stuffed, not like I've got teddy bears on my wall. It's just this. So this is not a macho man rant, but I really do feel like we need to rediscover that sense of what real manhood is. And somebody just pulled up next to me, and I don't know, they're probably looking at me like, what the heck is he doing? Anyway, I don't care. So that's really what's on my mind today, and trying to figure out how to communicate that same sense to my boy, that it's okay that he is wired the way that he's wired, that it's okay that he's a sensitive kid, that he's an intellectual kid. It's okay that he would rather sometimes play video games than go play outside. Everything that he does is about adventure, and is about having fun, and getting out there and having those battles. And I think that that's okay. I think that's okay. I mean, let me rephrase that. I know that it's okay. I believe that that's the way that a boy is supposed to be, and that the way that men are supposed to be. Even if men are businessmen, and what they get out of it is the thrill of closing the deal. or the thrill of, I don't know, finishing the report. The Office is certainly not the way that man is designed, but I think you have to look at it from a different perspective. I think you have to look at it from a different angle and recognize, as a man, there are those things that you like. You know, there are the hunts that you want to go on, that sense of adventure. So that's my tangent for this morning. Something I obviously feel pretty passionate about. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. This has been The Big JB. You can find me on Twitter at VoiceOfTheBigJB. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I will see everybody tomorrow.